We are live. Welcome to Lunch Money with Tim Gosnell, your host, and my co-host, Melissa Dunn, my aunt.
Hello, hello.
Last week, we were not here.
We were not.
You were in town.
I was in town.
I was in Wyoming. So, yeah, we're glad to be back. I was planning on posting a pre-recorded video.
I didn't know that.
That was the plan.
It didn't work.
But when we got to the wild, wild west,
That's right.
there was no internet. Like, typically when we travel, I'm a nomad working on my phone internet, but I did not realize the Wild West is the Wild West. There is like no internet access.
Yeah, you could text
points.
me, but I kept sending you screenshots and you could not see any of the
At
images.
certain points I could text, but yeah, no data. So yeah, it was rough, but it was good. I got to disconnect a little bit more than I was planning. As a business owner, like it's hard to do that. So I was kind of forced by the nature of the situation. So today is Tuesday, July 22nd. We are live, and we're live every Tuesday at noon, except for when I'm in Wyoming in the Wild West. So yeah, we're back today. Today's topic is back to school shopping on a budget.
Okay.
Bobby and I were sitting in the kitchen the other day. He said, "Oh, we got to go get some new school shoes." So I was like, "School shopping is coming up, so let's talk about that." But first, let's visit a bit.
Let's visit.
Last week, let's see, we were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We went
Those
all
are
around
some antlers.
Wyoming.
Wow.
Yeah. So we started we did a quick layover. Sarah planned a long layover in Denver to then get out of the airport, go to Casa Bonita. Have you heard of Casa Bonita before? No. I didn't have any great pictures of it. We had more video of it. But it's a Mexican restaurant that's also like a theme park almost.
Wow.
It's
a combination.
It's a classic place. It was bought out by the guys who own South Park.
Okay.
Apparently they love it. They're from Denver. And it was a very interesting experience because I heard all about it. There's like divers inside. There's live music all the time. There's these caves and caverns and shows, puppet shows, magicians, all happening all the time. It is literally like a small theme park. Wait.
Because I can't picture this. Is it happening as you're eating? There's divers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a very like old school kind of vibe to it. Anyway, but it's interesting because it's just like in a strip mall next to a Dollar Tree. But they have security and everything. That was actually an issue because we had all of our bags from the flight that then we took on an Uber to an hour to or 45 minutes to Casa Bonita. We go through security and they're annoyed that we have our bags, but we're like, we have nowhere else to put our bags because they're like, well, can you leave them at the hotel? I'm like, there's no hotel. Like we're just on a layover. So they were real grumpy about it, but we got in just fine. It was the security. Security was an outside company and they were real grumpy. Everybody else was very nice. It was a very fun experience. Food was pretty good. And then there was, they had a game room, with all sorts of games and like even like old school like shooting games, like like the one that's more broad with all the people with guns and targets that you shoot at. It was just a very interesting experience. That was fun. Then we went to Jackson Hole. Then we went to Yellowstone and got to see the Yellowstone Park. And then we went to Cody, Wyoming. So we got to do a little wagon ride. Sarah, I did not know this. So this has been an increasing thing for Sarah on our trips is she'll get themed clothing and outfits.
Yes. She loves
and then she has been slowly bringing me into the themed clothing. So for the 4th of July, for instance, I should have brought a picture of this. She bought me a George Washington costume.
She did.
That I wore while I was grilling in 100-degree weather. And then on the Wyoming trip, like I got dressed up as a cowboy. So that we got to do.
Bobby.
So this was a dinner show where you show up and then they round up the wagons. They take you a couple of miles to a campsite and then they cook you a meal and do a show. And then we also went horseback riding. We did a bunch of stuff, but I got to be a city slicker, play the part of a cowboy. So it was pretty fun. It was a good time. But we're back now. And tonight, can you guess what we're having for dinner?
It's got to be cowboy themed, Western themed. No,
it's just a good deal. It's a good deal.
Oh, it's a good deal. I don't know.
It's a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza deal that Sarah found. $2 for a personal
Wait, how
pan
is
pizza.
that?
Yeah. So apparently they were offering it every Tuesday in July, Pizza Hut was, and they've just extended it, although they have not confirmed how long they're going to extend it. So Sarah is ordered. It's limited, so they can run out, but Sarah's
Can you
on top
only
of it.
order one?
You can order, it says, let's see, the deal is good for carry out only. No other purchase necessary while supplies last. Limit of 4 per customer.
Okay.
Sarah said sometimes they're like running out of personal pan, so they're going to like full-size pizza and just giving you a quarter of it and
Yeah.
stuff. But still, it's a fun little deal.
Listen,
Here's-
that may be what we're having for dinner tonight.
yeah, the thing about stuff like this is it's fun, but it's kind of like IHOP when they have their free pancake for Pancake Day or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you get free pancakes, but you're gonna wait for it. It's gonna be a
like the
hassle.
Chick-fil-A too. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A day.
It's gonna be slow, but it's fun. It's fun. So if you're looking for a deal on pizza tonight or later next week or something like that, it's Tuesdays. Try it out, check it out. Let us know if you're able to get it, because I suspect they're gonna kind of run out and stuff too. So all right, so what else is on the list? Oh, while we were on our trip, I did a whole video about like insurance and what insurances I recommend and don't recommend. If you'll remember, I do recommend travel insurance,
Yeah.
especially for bigger trips. There's a whole bunch of reasons for it, but the thing about any insurance is if you have that insurance, you need to redeem it. Like you need to do it, even if it's something smaller. And I think a lot of times people might not think about it. So we were on this trip, coming back, our flight was delayed, which made us miss our layover. So on the way back, we got stuck in Denver airport for about 12 or 14 hours or something. So Sarah looked into our travel insurance plan and found out that we could do one of two things. We could either get $100 per person, so $300, or we could submit receipts if it was more than $100, up to $200 a person. So
For what? Basically,
for the delay, for the food,
Okay.
just for all of the inconveniences that
I
come
didn't
along
know
with that.
That's what it would cover.
Yeah, it covers all sorts of things, but that's one of the things that it's covered. But my concern is when most people get it, that they won't think of it. Think of it.
We bought it, and I haven't thought of that.
Right. So it's like you need to know your coverage and know when and how you can
Yeah.
redeem it. So we literally were at the gate. We had just missed it. And first, this is where like I'm really frugal. Sarah's not as frugal, but she's really good at following through
really
on
good.
like these kind of
And
things.
details,
So
yeah.
we're still at the gate and she's already got the stuff submitted for it and $300 come back to us, which $300 not dropping the bucket.
No,
And it
it's
took
not.
her, a few minutes to sign up, a few minutes to file the claim. And we'll get the $300. We
Nice.
chose 300, not 200, because we did like some quick math, and we're like, I don't think it's going to be that much more, and I don't
probably
know that
more of
it's
a
worth-
hassle,
Yeah, I
right?
don't think it's worth the hassle. So, anyway, so that's fun. Again, other things that we've used it for in the past were, Bobby had an earache. We had a travel doctor come to the hotel room and order him some, medicine and whatnot, and that was covered. Just any little thing. Just think about anything that happens on your trip that insurance may cover, or inconvenience, delay, cancellation, whatever. Contact them and ask them, and they'll let you know. So we use Allianz. That's the one biggest provider. I tend not to get like if the cruise ship has insurance. I'm not going with the cruise ship insurance.
Okay,
I'm
well,
going
that's what we've done.
I'm going to go with third party. It's
Okay.
just it's
That's good to
the
know.
coverage. I believe the coverage is a little bit better, and I just like to have them separated because when the person canceling is also the one interested in the I don't know. It just feels too close. I'd rather them be different organizations. So Allianz is the one that we
I
tend
have
to
an
use.
update.
Yeah.
really
I'd
quick.
love to hear that. Yeah.
So remember what you told me? So
The hotel.
just the hotel,
Oh, the
the
hotel,
sewer being backed
Update
up.
our friends
Okay,
out there.
so what had happened? My husband and I were gone for 2 nights at this place, and the last night around 10 p.m., sewer starts coming up out of the shower.
And this was not just some water coming
This
over.
is
This
not
is
water.
like
This is
raw
sewer.
sewage
Yes.
with
So,
chunks in
with
it.
chunks in it. And the first thing I'm
yeah.
like, take a picture. We've got to document this. And that started a very long chat about the money that we were going to get
Right.
back. So the problem that we were having when I talked to you was they weren't giving us the money.
Right.
Right. They're saying
They
they're
said
going
they had
to.
sent it. They,
And it's just like this
Yeah.
runaround where it'd be like, okay, well, you didn't get it in the mail. Okay, now we're gonna send you an email that's gonna give you $200 through something. We wouldn't get the email, and they're like, okay, well, what's your email again? And be like, okay, here's our email again. Round and round we went. So
Yeah.
you had told me to tell them we were just gonna do a chargeback if they didn't. Basically, like, if you don't do this by Friday,
Yeah.
we're doing a chargeback. So not only we'll get the full, we're just gonna get the full stay
Yeah.
back. Guess what happens? I did that. Wrote it out to Jared because he's not a pusher. So, and I'm a pusher.
Oh, so you gave him a script.
I gave him a script. I gave him
Say
a script.
this.
Yes.
You didn't want to do the call. He'll do the call, but he needs a
Exactly.
script.
He literally had a script. We had the money in 2 hours.
Oh, nice.
It worked. I don't know if that was like the last final, the saying we're just going to do a chargeback. If you don't do it, we suddenly got it.
Great. And now, again, it was on a debit card, so she's had problems getting it, but they probably aren't realizing it is on a debit card. And when it's on a credit card, the credit card companies greatly lean to the consumer's favor. So that's fantastic. Good work.
Yeah,
Good work.
Thanks.
So $200 back.
$200
a Visa
back.
gift
Yeah.
card. All right, awesome. Cool. All right. Well, special thanks to Robots2859, Kevin Raj 127, and Austin Cutler. Some new subscribers. Those are our public subscribers that we can thank. Thank you. We're on a mission, as you may know, to overthrow Dave Ramsey, the Godfather.
What is he? He's the Godfather.
He's the Godfather. And the week before last we recorded, we had 570 subscribers. He had 1.01 million subscribers. We are up to 582. I feel like that's a
We're
good.
in the 80s now.
We're in the 80s, 580s.
Wow.
So, 600's creeping up.
It is creeping up.
It's getting close. So join us on this mission to overthrow the Ramsey Show. Trying to, I don't know, bring a little more joy and levity.
Not so much
You're not
screaming
stupid.
and saying stupid.
We all have our different challenges. So join us on this mission to, I don't know, personal finance and fun. We got a comment. So Melissa.
Your man Zach says, "I want the card." Now this is on.
I thought you were just calling him your man. I thought you were just getting real friendly
Zach.
with our friends out there. So okay.
No, this is
This
from
is
your
from
man Zach.
your friend Zach.
Now this is on the Fidelity. What is it? Visa card, right?
Yes, Visa Fidelity.
So he says,
yep.
"I want the card, but it's too plain. 2% is old school. Maybe if it had an elevated 3 to 4% on gas? ?
All right. So here's. Do you know what I'm going to say on this?
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, because all right, let's run the math on 2 to 3%, and let's just say 4%. So there's a 2% spread.
Okay.
You're getting 2% extra on gas. Let's say we're just going to do some quick math. 50 gallons. So $50 a week for 50 weeks, roughly a year, at 2%. That's $100. I'm sorry, that's $50.
Yeah.
It's $50.
I'm trusting your math.
I did it on Alexa while I was in the shower this morning. So she told me it was $50. So we're talking about the difference of $50. And when he says it's plain, I think when credit card companies get fancy, they're trying to like distract you with, like 4%. Yeah, 4% on gas. Like it's a drop in the bucket. And if you're spending that much time, energy, and effort of managing another card, adding this and that for $50, there's much faster ways, most likely, that you can make an extra $50 in a year. We're talking about $50 a year. So we're talking about pennies a day. So are there ways to credit card hack? Yes. But I think overall, there are people in this world of personal finance and credit cards who like look how to do all this like micro to get the absolute best. But what I want to focus on are the big things that are going to get us bigger gains.
Yeah, and is it worth your time and effort to parse all
and
that
energy.
out? Yeah.
When you could take that same time, effort, and energy, put it in something else that's going to get you $10,000.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I would rather you be doing. So he's correct. Your man Zach, thanks for watching. Yes, you can make an extra maybe $50. It is plain, but with plain comes you can do the math really easily and know if you're up or not. So anyway, thanks for watching, Zach. Thanks for your comment. So today's topic is back to school on a budget, and I think there's this emotional connection with our kids and money.
Yeah.
And wanting to buy stuff for them that like me growing up, like I started working at 14 because I wanted things, but I knew that my parents didn't have the money for it. So I wanted that. And I think most parents, especially if you've been through something like that, you don't want to let your kids down.
Right. Yeah.
So if your kids want this certain type of shoe or this certain backpack and it's maybe out of budget, you might make poor financial decisions to make that happen. And so with this emotional connection, and anytime, we're emotional beings, emotions are going to be a factor in our finances. But we don't want to be ruled by those emotions. We don't want them to lead us into poor financial decisions. So I wanted to spend some time talking about this today and just talk through. Also, I think it's a great learning experience for our kids when we can bring them into money conversations. in a way that helps them learn how to process it, I think it can be extremely valuable. So that's why I want to talk about this today. I think parents we can easily say, I need to, I have to, this is something we need. And I think we can easily go astray. So, okay. So I'm going to walk through a couple things. First, let's create a list of everything. And this is if you're on a budget. If you're on the money milestones, which we have, it's our steps for building wealth. You can go to timgosnell.com. That's not going to focus. I need to get a slide for it. Oh, come on. timgosnell.com, money milestones. It'll walk you through our steps for building wealth. If you're on one of the higher levels and you're not strapped for cash, you're not still getting out of debt, you are able to pay your credit card bills off every month, those sorts of things, then, do what you want. Like, as long as you have the cash for it, do what you want and have some fun. That's the point of getting to that place where you can do that. So this is for people who are still paying off basic debt. I'm talking about credit card debt, consumer debt, car loans, those sort of things where it's like we're still trying to get ahead financially. But once you're ahead, enjoy it. So if you're on a budget, let's make a list of everything that we need, and then let's prioritize those lists. And one of the things I want to do is bring my kid into that and say, what is a priority to you? What are the things that are really important to you? Because you may think, all right, we need a new backpack, we need new shoes, we need new clothes, right? But they may be okay with using their backpack from last year, but shoes are extremely important to them. So bringing them into those conversations to really know what is important to them, like I would like the Nike Air Jordans. That is super important to me, and I would like that, but I don't care about the other stuff. Then you can kind of help them prioritize that way and kind of empower them and bring them into the decision. The other thing that I would really encourage you not to do is to talk like this is... when I was growing up, I was afraid of money, right? And I don't want to bring our kids. What I want to show them is that there's power in choices, and you have choices that you can make. You are choosing to what are you choosing? Like bring them into your financial picture. Hey, mommy and daddy, we're trying to pay off some debt right now. Like we really want to get ahead so we have a solid foundation. So that's one of the things that we're prioritizing. So that can make, so we're choosing that. It's not, we can't afford new shoes. It's not, we can't afford a new backpack, or we can't afford whatever it is. It's that we're prioritizing this so that we can add some extra stability to our family and get ahead a little bit. So that makes us a little bit tighter over here. So let's talk about it together. And it's a problem you're bringing into, and I think when you're not stressed about it and you can kind of calmly talk to them about it, you're showing them how you're reasoning through it. Kids are smart. I really feel like they can get it. And then they can see what it looks like to work through making choices and prioritizing. Because we all have limited money, right?
Yeah. And I remember with Adeline, she's our daughter. I wish I could go, one of many things I wish I could go back and do, because we did place fear in her. So there was one day that someone showed up and handed me $200 in cash. And I'm like, it was actually a kid. And I'm like, oh my goodness. He's like, I shoveled snow. Adeline had been going to school and had been saying like, we don't have money. We don't have money. We did not need that child. Right. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, she felt it so deeply.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, lesson learned a little.
I really don't like using the term we can't afford.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like time. Now everybody has different levels of money. We all have the same amount of time. And so I don't have time for that. It's not true. It's that you're not prioritizing that. It's not something you're able to, you have other things going on. Right. And so I like to say like, hey, that's not something we're going to get right now. Not that we can't afford it. Or I like to give them other options. Hey, you don't have money right now. And here are some ways that you can get more money. You have some toys you're not using. You can sell those. Grandma, grandpa, neighbor, you can do some yard work for them. List off the things that they can't babysit, whatever it is. List off some things that they can do to empower them. So you're not telling them no. You're saying, here's the reality of your situation. You don't have money. Mommy and daddy have prioritized our money in other places right now. And here are the things that you can do to get moving. So I don't like I can't afford, because it's like it makes you sound almost like victim, like we can't do it. It's not. No, you can. Here are the options. Here are the ways. We're choosing not to right now. We have. The other thing I like to do is let them know like we're going to provide for you. Like you're taking care of. You will have shoes for school. You will have clothes for school. They may not be exactly everything that you want, but we're going to take care of you. You're going to have what you need.
Let's solve it together. I like that approach.
Yep. Okay. The other thing is like if you're really tight on a budget, let's talk to our friends and family. Like one thing that other people have done to us, which what made me so happy was there were some friends, acquaintances that Sarah and I had who have kids that are a little bit younger than Bobby. And they said, hey, if you have any clothes that you're going to be giving to Goodwill, would you mind just passing them our way?
Nice,
like,
yeah.
That was
Well,
perfect.
and you're like, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's a couple of things that you can do, a couple of ways you can do that depending on how comfortable you are. One is you could say, hey, do you have any clothes that your boys have outgrown or girls have outgrown that we could buy from you, right? And then there's a chance they may offer them for free, or if it's too much, you can just say, okay, oh, that's not a good fit for us right now. But then the other one would be say, hey, if you're going to already donate them to Goodwill, because you're already giving them away, do you mind just passing them to us? Because who wouldn't rather give them to a friend than Goodwill? Goodwill does a tax deduction. Yeah. Who actually does the tax deduction? It's not there's the itemization with the minimum standard deduction or whatever it's called for the IRS has gone up. So it's really hard to make it worthwhile. And like, how much stuff do you really have to donate for it to actually be worth something? Somebody tell me if you've ever had some sort of substantial tax deduction from donating to Goodwill or something like that. It's not much. And it's really not worth the hassle and paperwork unless you're doing a significant amount. So everyone would rather give to a friend or family member that they know. So
and then you get to see their kids in your kids' clothes, and it's kind of fun.
It makes me so happy when his cousins or friends or people that we know, I'm like, oh, that was Bobby's shirt. Like it really does bring a smile to my face. So do not hesitate. And don't bring shame. Again, that shame of I can't afford. Again, let's try to shift that in our mind to say, like, I'm trying to be good with money. It's not that I can't afford. I'm trying to be smart. Do you see how that feels different? I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to get ahead. It's not that I can't afford.
It puts you in the driver's seat instead of feeling like something's being done to you. Instead, you're being proactive.
It's empowering. Yeah. It's empowering. So if you go to a friend or acquaintance and say, hey, we're trying to get ahead on some debt. We're trying to, do you have anything that you guys were going to get rid of anyway? And most kids, they grow out of their clothes so fast. Those clothes are good for several children.
Yeah,
most for sure. As they get a little bit older, they start to slow down and run the holes in the knees. But overall, they can last a long time. So then I do like if there's stuff that's in their priorities, like they really want some Air Jordans. Again, I walk them through. All right, here's how much the shoes that we would probably buy you would be around $20 or $30. Air Jordans are $90 or whatever they are. So we have a $60 difference. All right, let's figure out a plan. Here's what you can do to kind of make up that difference or whatever. So, or maybe you're okay with these shoes and you don't want to do that. That's fine too. But this is kind of where we're at. Walk them through those decisions and help them, empower them on how to make what they want happen, which will require some work on your part. If they want to sell some stuff, you're going to have to help them list it on Facebook Marketplace. You're going to have to do some of those things. But what a lesson that you're teaching them to how to get what they want. So let's see what else is on our list. We're wrapping up. I think that's about it. The main thing is like, I don't even want to mention this one because there's Jesse Wells is a music artist that I really like. You don't know him. I'll play some for you while we go to lunch. You guys should listen to him. He's great. But he has a song about Walmart and how he doesn't like Walmart. I don't want to go to Walmart today. And I probably shouldn't want to go to Walmart, but like, all stores are not created equal from a price standpoint. I've already talked about Target, especially in store. Their prices are much more expensive. You typically beat Target by 20% online. So against themselves. So Walmart, if you're on a budget, it's going to be hard to beat Walmart most of the time for most generic supplies. Clothes too. I mean, the clothes at Walmart are getting better.
They are getting better.
Sam's Club pants. Sam's Club pants.
You need some sort of affiliate link for
this trip was the first time that I wore jeans and non-Sam's Club pants for probably 24 months.
How did it feel?
Tight and restrictive because these have Lycra.
Lots of stretch.
So anyway, you guys are doing great. If you are working on your finances and that's putting some restrictions on other areas of your life, like kids' school supply shopping, good for you. That means you're going to get ahead. If you keep up this, you will get ahead. You will change your family. And what starts as restriction now is going to lead to freedom later. And it's going to be amazing. So keep it up. Keep up the good work. I'll see you next week here on the channel.